So yeah, as some of you may have seen today, Christopher Luxon says famine declaration will not speed up Palestinian state decision. Which, as I'm sure we can see, that's a great headline. Great headline.
Yeah.
So yeah, Prime Minister Christopher Luxon says an official declaration of famine in Gaza will not speed up his decision on declaring a Palestinian state. For the first time, United Nations backed food security body IPC has officially declared that famine is present in Gaza, which, like, we all fucking knew. It's been a famine for ages.
Wait, is that what's happening? Is there a famine there?
I just realized you're fucking with me, and I just who did it? Oh god. Yeah, so
If we
despite
pretend it doesn't exist, it doesn't exist.
well, the crazy thing is he loves to copy, Australia and say, oh, we should be more like Australia. And he just did that whole fucking gross PR tour with bloody Albanese. And, here it even says, despite Australia announcing it would recognise a Palestinian state in September, the Prime Minister has not confirmed whether New Zealand would follow suit. Which, like, it's crazy that they're going to do it and wait till December. I totally just, I never really thought about that.
It just remind me, on the New Zealand subreddit, I saw someone posted, like, a couple weeks back when it was saying Australia soon to announce declaration of Palestinian state, New Zealand soon to follow, ? And someone was like, I'm pretty sure they already recognize New Zealand.
Oh my god.
I was like, actually, that's a good one.
I mean, hey, some maps don't even feature us on it,
It's true. It's true.
We're used to that.
Yeah, well, we're in, like, some of their founding documents, like, saying, hey, anytime you guys want to join us, you're welcome to be a state. I believe that offer still stands to this day. So if Luxon loves them so much, he's just become a state,
God. It's just crazy to me that they're like, oh, we just gotta, we're working through our own process and it will have more to talk about with respect to September. Each country is coming into its own view. It's like, no, you're just not sure whether Daddy Trump will allow you to recognize Palestine as a state, since he's very much on the side of Israel.
I don't even know why we're still trying to suck up to them. They're like, yeah,
Neither do I.
They're on the out. They're dying. They're like the fucking Ottoman Empire. They're the dying old man of America.
Yeah, for me, it's like, why are we? There shouldn't be a question. There shouldn't be it's a complicated. Yeah, it is a complicated situation because this has been going on since what? The Nakba, which was in the fucking 40s. Like, it's been 80 fucking years.
Some would argue it goes back to biblical times. Like you said, it's complicated.
Yeah. And that's the thing, though, is that there's a couple of things that aren't complicated.
Yep.
Israel is unnecessarily murdering a bunch of Palestinians, and they are going through extreme famine. Like, for anyone to even question that is just insane to me, and it will make me angry every day.
I mean, what else is there to say about this at this point that hasn't been said already, really? It's just, why are we still simping over the United States? That's
honestly
my commentary at this point. Like, why? What have we got to gain except for we're in their freaking sort of defense sphere, their intelligence sphere? That's pretty much it. Apart from that, what do they even produce? That they make sort of cultural stuff. They make tech, like shitty tech bro fucking
which side? Sorry,
startups and stuff. I'm meaning America. Like, what does
America
even do these days? Like, that's sort of the main output of their country at this point, is just
well, yeah,
digital, virtual content and shit like that.
They haven't made a lot of, like, I know they used to be a big maker of cars back in the day, but that obviously changed and moved away from that. Like, there's definitely, because I mean, we see even with the tariffs as well, is that the tariffs are affecting a lot of stuff that they're importing because they import so much now. It does seem strange that we're siding with them so much, because it just, I know people go, oh, well, it's not like we can be friends with China. It's like, I mean, at this
Okay.
point, I don't think they look as horrible as people make them out to be.
Gas turbines? Is that what
Okay.
the... Wait, what? Is that accurate?
I know that
Someone
they have
check that for me.
a lot of well, they have a lot of gas pipeline stuff that's like fucking with communities and stuff, so that would be in line with that type of thing. I also figured since we're I don't really like Christopher Luxon, I reckon we should just quickly have a read of
Apparently
that post.
Sorry, apparently that's
there
what
you
we
go.
get from them is gas turbines, planes, helicopters, and/or spacecraft and cars. That's like the main shit we get from the USA. So, yeah, we can afford to lose them. Fuck them.
Right. To be fair, I'm like a big Suzuki or Kia fan, so like me, I like my Asian cars.
Yeah, Kia's alright.
I had a Kia for quite a while. It
No,
was a
that's
pretty
fine.
good car.
I
Yeah,
don't know.
I'm definitely biased.
I'm
But yeah,
more of
so
a Japanese car person, so...
I mean Suzuki, so I'm on
Suzuki,
Korea or Japan. Like I don't really
But
care. Just like the
Suzuki's like the
food.
worst of all of them.
Hey, what's wrong with Suzuki?
I don't know, they're just not amazing.
Also, I don't think two nerds would be able to argue about cars, and yet here we are.
No, I used to be like a big gas head, I watched like Top Gear and shit all the time. I
You
love
were
that stuff.
socialized as a man. That's it.
I was socialized as a man, Yeah, my dad raised me.
Yeah, to be fair, my mum loved watching motorsports and stuff, and it just was not for me.
Yep.
Anyway, more important news. So I figured we might as well go through this and actually see what the Palestinian children who are starving have to say,
great.
considering Christopher Luxon doesn't give a shit about them. So, Renard, as some of you may or may not know, was a TikTok creator, or is a TikTok creator, who would post videos of her making different meals, often highlighting, regional cuisine and all of that type of thing, and obviously living through a genocide. Unfortunately, she is no longer able to post those videos because no food to make. So it's pretty... Yeah, well, and that's the thing is when I started following her, I mean, we might as well have a quick look at it for those who aren't really aware of who she is and what she does.
I'm not aware.
Because I think I started following her. Oh, it wasn't that far in to the everything kind of kicking off. I think it might have been the first few months was where she kind of started posting some of her videos.
Is this little girl? Is that who?
Yes, Renard.
Shit.
So she's she's the content creator.
Okay.
Actually, I just realized, why am I going through this? I could have just gone to videos. Use my brain, that'll help. Cause yeah. Well, what's this one?
خبز المجاعة على الطريقة الغذائية.
Famine bred the Gazan way. Let's get started. Packet of macaroni.
هذا كان حقه 2 شيكل. هلا صار 5.
This used to be 2 shekel and is now 50 shekel because people started using it to make bread. So they're so desperate for bread that they're grinding down the fucking pasta to make bread out of it.
That makes that joke less funny.
And then obviously here, like, they don't have heat, so she's cooking it by just soaking it for 5 hours and filtering it. Now they're gonna break it down using a masher because, use what you got. And I mean, quite impressive. Using yeast and salt, mixing it together. And to be fair, this is definitely the famine end of her content creation, because she used to be able to make so many more like meals based on the more diverse.
Back before she was making a cake.
Yeah, she was making so many things and like different chocolates good. Like bounty chocolate. So like
I mean, this is even like 6th of March. Even then, like she's making gold yarn from famine food, like
exactly. And that's kind of what like made me obviously want to start following her, because this is kind of the light and the hope in kind of this horrible situation. And so obviously when she started posting that she was unable to make these videos because they're being starved, like it was fucking heartbreaking, especially because I've been following her for, God, it's gonna be a couple of years now, which is fucking terrifying. And yeah, so she says here, my dream before the war was to open a restaurant and let everyone taste my food. And now the only dream I have is to get enough bread to feel full after. From a 9-year-old, there is no school, there's no safety, there's no routine. I'm supposed to be in grade 5, but there's no classroom left. Sometimes we sleep hungry, sometimes we can't sleep at all because of the bombs. My little sister, Mariam, cries at night. I think she is afraid. I know, right? Mohammed, 12 years old. We in Gaza have no flour. Every day, every 24 hours, they tell us trucks are coming, and we come and find nothing. We are eating sand instead of bread. But no, Israel says that they're letting in fucking food relief for them.
Despite
Bullshit.
all the imagery that shows people just like, Zionists trashing the entire import that's going toward, like,
That was disgusting.
Yeah. They won't even let the basics through, like rice and stuff. It all gets like, thrown off. Why haven't we tried at this point? I don't even know.
I know there's also been the flotilla, Greta Thunberg and a bunch of people who have been taking. I know there was the first ship not the first one. One of the last ones that they sent over, they got occupied by Israeli military. And then, actually, I haven't checked in on the current flotilla because this one they were actually sending a number of boats, not just one.
Yeah.
I don't believe they got through either, though.
At some point, they were like releasing food just offshore. I'm not sure if they were airdropping or ship dropping, and people like drowning trying to get the food.
Yep. Or people even getting hit by stuff that falls down. Like, not a very efficient way. So we go here, Banias, 9 years old. Most of the aid doesn't reach us. It's just a show for the cameras. Babies and infants are still dying because there is no milk. The starvation is still ongoing. Please listen to the voice of Gaza's people who are still alive. Mohammed. I'm the eldest of my siblings and the provider after my dad. He was killed in an airstrike yesterday. I'm trying to ask anyone to give me a plate of flour or a meal from the aid that arrived today. Safe, 13. We cannot afford food. I want to be able to walk. I want to travel. I want treatment. I want my life to go back to the way it was. And lastly, from Renard. My dream and the dream of every child living in Gaza and living in the war is to sleep without fear of waking up to the sounds of shelling, without the fear of losing one of my family members, to wake up and find food to eat, not to wake up dying of hunger. So
it's a complicated issue though. So.
Right? And he doesn't want to recognize these children live in a state of Palestine. He doesn't want to help by sanctioning Israel. Has obviously the Green Party has been trying to push through their bill to have us sanction them the way that we've sanctioned Russia already. But guess what the main difference is between the Ukraine stuff and the Palestinian stuff?
White people.
Yeah.
That's
like the way that we see the different treatment is just so fucked. I mean, it just, yeah.
Yeah, look, there's issues on the Ukraine side too. So, there's pretty direct parallels there. Like, you could make arguments about not supporting Ukraine purely on their fascist militias that exist within their ranks, stuff like that. And, I do have my personal problems around that, but we won't go into that now. But you were bringing up before where she was talking about just the bombs going over the heads of like her friends and family and schoolmates and stuff, and that just if you want to know how normalized this stuff becomes for people in the Middle East, I was flatmates a couple of years back with someone who was living in Iraq during, I don't know which war it was, the second war,
one of
maybe
many,
the second Iraqi war, something like that. But yeah, she was there during that time, and she was telling us a little anecdote about a war reporter that was there, that, like, because a war reporter was seeking shelter in this house that this girl was living in, and she said when she was telling the story, she was like, yeah, so this war reporter was, because she was like probably, I don't know, she was a little girl at the time, 6, 8, 10, maybe, something like that. And this war reporter was cowering in the corner while these bombs were dropping over, whilst they're in this building. And the way she told it, she was like, yeah, I don't know why she was like cowering like that, because I was thinking to myself, it's not the worst bombing we've had. And and I couldn't help but laugh when she told that, because I was like, that's such a fucked up statement to say, that it's so normalized that you're saying it's not the worst bombing we've had.
Yeah, it's just a light little shake,
Yeah, this ain't too bad. Just this little girl just looking up at your mum. Why is she afraid, mum? It's just in bed.
Yeah,
just a little
this
thunder.
stuff happens all the time.
Yeah.
I also see here from MLB Kiwi, Greta Thunberg aid was also sent away. What a great opportunity Israel could have had if they had taken the aid and sent the protesters away. That would of course be a TUI billboard. And yeah, that's it. Is that they've had the chances and the opportunities to actually redeem themselves in some small fucking way. But even in the tiniest ways, they're still just dying on this literally dying on this hill. Well, mostly murdering on this hill, I guess. But it's just insane to me. And it's frustrating. It's just frustrating.
It's a fucking slaughter.
Yeah, and it's hard enough to see it, let alone think about what it must be like to live in it. Like, the amount of times I'll just cry looking at my phone, and I'm like, fuck, imagine living there. I'd be crying every day.
I get to the fucking afternoon and I'm just like, man, I'm hungry. Like,
yeah.
Imagine what these people, like, who don't eat for days feel like.
Right? I would not be able to survive. I would die.
And it's not like you're using a lot of energy too. You're not like catching the fucking train or bus or car everywhere. You're fucking walking.
You're walking and you're carrying heavy shit. Like, I know, one of the TikTok creators that I used to watch before he was unfortunately murdered by Israel was, and that's the thing is, like, we've literally had quite a few content creators come out of this for me, obviously mostly on TikTok and Instagram, but like, it's crazy how, and especially because when he died, like, it was just weird because, you've created this parasocial relationship. You've gotten used to seeing these videos and kind of being like, oh, I want